friends, hello and welcome back to my channel. It is Carrie with Coffee and Crafts. Today we are going to be doing a kit up. What is a kit up? And are kit ups necessary? No, they are not necessary. But should you do a kit up? Yes, you should. Why, Carrie? Well, they make the rest of the diming process faster and more enjoyable. So what are we going to kit up today? I will show you. So we want to work on our coffee a day keeps the grumpy away. So this little guy is super cute. I plan to hang him up in my coffee nook. And it is about 30 centimeters by 40 centimeters. Why, oh why do they put them in centimeters? Well, most of these kits are made in other countries than the US. I am currently in the US. Perhaps you're in another country and that's normal for you. However, for those of us in the US, let's do a little measure. We only care about the picture, right? So it's just shy of 10 inches. And just shy of 15 inches. Can you see that? Yeah, 15 inches. So, about 10 by 15. Maybe a frame around 11 by 16 would work. There are 28 colors that we will be kitting up today. There's a lot of brown shades, but variances in those, so we'll have some good shadowing. All right, so what are we going to use to kit up this guy? Well, if you caught my last video, you know that I absolutely love the Elizabeth Ward storage system. So here it is. If you didn't catch that video, go ahead and hit pause, go watch that video, and then come back. But this is it. It comes in a nice little tray, very cat proof. There's a lid that we can use for our surface, and has a little lip on the edge to help keep from spilling. So we'll just set this in the corner over here. And sorry about the glare. I'm working on my setup here, trying to have enough light. So that should work right there. All right, so I have 28 of the small size Elizabeth Ward containers. I decided to go with these since I have a lot of them. And they're a little easier to use. The small, we could probably get away with using the extra small. Let's see if I have one handy. I had one a minute ago. Oh, here it is. So here's the extra small. It's about half the size. You could use these. Would be maybe a little bit awkward. If we run into some that are really small, we could switch it out, but I think I'm just going to go with these to make it easy on myself. One comment I've heard is that a lot of people have trouble with, they say, no, I can't diamond paint because they have a lot of trouble with arthritis or neuropathy, or maybe they have extreme anxiety. I would be in the third category. I have some anxiety, but I'm going to show you how to work around that. So first, the tray helps. It has that little lip, and then if you have spills, then it'll spill on the tray and it's easier to contain. These containers are really tight. You take your fingernail and kind of pry it open. Okay. Another thing that would be very helpful is to get one of these little guys. And I have not done a review on this, but this is from Zodiac Shadows. And there are plenty of companies out there, but this is the one that I found. And they have this funnel that's for square containers, rectangular containers. And it looks like this, and it's super pretty. And there's different colors you can choose from, but I picked the blue and green, and you can kind of see it's picking up the reflection. And that's all the way around. It's super pretty. It has these little grooves that you can fit over the container. So you take your container and you kind of tip it from the front so that that lip, the lip of the funnel is on the inside of the container. And then you can push it down, and you could use it just like that. And that's probably what we'll do today. Is it completely secure? No, it's sticking a little bit. But if you really are having issues and you really want it to, you can get it on there. It just takes a little bit longer, maybe another second, but you can get it on there, and this funnel is not going anywhere, which means your beads are not going anywhere, and that's on there pretty secure. So we'll go ahead and leave that like that. So we're going to use that funnel and that container. What do we need now? We need drills. So these are the drills that it came with. So we'll go ahead and open these. So it came in this plastic cellophane. So excited to be getting up a project. Fresh start. Now this kit is a kit from Amazon that is discontinued, so don't try to find it. There are some that are really similar that you could pick out. So it's not a super fancy set. Yeah, these medium containers are probably overkill, but it'll just make it easier for us. All right, so you get these little satchels, these little plastic, what do they call that? So you get these vacuum air sealed containers, and then where is the color? Well, that's interesting. There's no color. This one, oh, I can see it. I can just barely see it. Can you see that, you guys? Try to get closer to the camera. Can you see that there's a number printed on there? It's kind of hard to pick up with the glare, but it is, it's 632. So all of these are 632. So it's a little deceiving to think, oh, I'm not going to have very much in one container, but these are all 632. They just put them in separate bags for some reason. All right, so we have our bags here. So just kind of looking at what we got. So this is all 38.57. And we've got a few other colors, 38.64. You can read that a lot better. Yeah, so that's what it looks like, what the drills look like. So we'll set those aside for now. set these over here for now. All right, what else do we need? Well, we need to label our containers so that we know what each color is, right? So let's take this funnel off and we'll work on our labeling. So how do I label? Well, I like to use the pre-printed labels. I like to use, I ordered these off of Amazon. I got 2 sets for $5, so for a couple of dollars, you don't have to label. And I think that's worth it to me. If you're on a budget, you could get a reel of blank labels off of Staples, Office Depot, Amazon, Dollar Tree, and just write in your number. That is perfectly fine too. But I like to use these pretty pre-printed labels, and then it also shows you the actual color of the number. I will also be using this printed out sheet of DMC colors. And this is just, I like to know what color it is. So I will be sharing with you what color we're working with. Now some kits do not use the DMC colors, especially the cheaper ones. But this one does. I verified that this one does match up with the DMC colors. And these art dot stickers, they don't feel to me like they're permanent. They feel repositionable. Now, if they've been on, if I'm wrong, which I have been before, if I'm wrong, this is a really good plastic container, and I can use some nail polish or some acetate and get the glue off of them. All right, so I've seen some people get really hung up on their OCD-ness. So what do I mean by that? Well, some people are like, well, should I go by color? Should I put them in order of color? Or should I put them in order of the number? And like, what should I grab? And just get really flustered and sit there for an hour trying to figure out how to go about this. So I am an OCD person. I am going to show you how to take the stress out of it. All right, so we'll set these labels aside for a minute. So we're going to start. Okay, so here's the container we're going to use. I'm going to come over here and grab a color from my pile. And guess what? That's the first one we're going to do. Now, is it going to be ordered in the tray this way? No, we'll clean it up. We'll put everything in order after we're done. But no need to get flustered and finding the perfect way to do it. Just grab one from the pile. I grabbed 3743. So we'll look at our chart. $37.43 is color number 19, Antique Violet, and it's a very light color, which matches up with what it looks like. You're gonna need a pair of scissors. I have these cute limited edition Ginger scissors. I've had them for a long time, and I absolutely love them. But any scissors will do. Some household scissors. I have these from the kitchen drawer that I've had forever that are just some cheap grocery store scissors. But any scissors will do. So before we cut it open, we want to get we want to get our label on. So we'll go to our label. We'll look for 3743. Oh, 3743, I found it. And we're just going to take this label off. And you could use some tweezers if you struggle with handshaking. I'm doing pretty good today. I'm pretty steady. Now, one thing to keep in mind with these containers is they are directional. So what do I mean by that? So it has this little groove that you can easily pick it up with your fingers. So you don't want to put your label on the back side, right? Then you won't be able to see it when it's in the tray. So just make sure that those grooves are facing towards you. And then I'm thinking you could put it pretty much anywhere. My recommendation is wherever you put it in the same spot on all the containers so that it's consistent. All right, so these stickers fit just perfectly in this corner here. So I'm just gonna put it right there. And I think I did a pretty good job. There's nothing on the edge. And just put a little press. And then we'll be able to peel those off when we do our kit down, which will be a video down the road. All right, so we've got our label on. We'll open our container. We'll put our funnel in place. We'll go ahead and I'm just going to tip it like that. That is good enough for me. If you need to secure it tighter than that, go ahead and do that. So you pick up the bag with the left hand. You pick up your scissors with the right hand. I'm kind of pushing the beads down. They're probably going to spill out a little bit. So I'm just going to cut and pour. I got no spillage. So we discard this plastic. Take the funnel off. Close your container. We did our first one. All right, and then we're just gonna put it in the tray and we'll pick the next color. So we'll pick this 420. are done. We got all of our containers filled and labeled, and I reorganized them by number. So each column has 2 groups of numbers in them. So this first column is the 400s and the 500s, and then the second column will be the 600s and the 700s. The third column will be the 800s and the 900s, and then I did the 3000s and the 3300s in one column, and then the 37s, and then all the 38s. So I think that'll be a good way to be organized. This also came with a kit. So we got this little tray. And toss that in there. We got this little pin. Has a 2-placer on one end. So perfectly fine to use. Or if you have a fancy pen that you've ordered, you could use that too. And they gave us a little square of wax. And some little baggies that were paper thin, and I tossed those right away. So then you just put the lid on it, and it's all contained in one. But Carrie, what if I have 10 of these and I don't know which one is which? That's a good question. So I do have a method for that. Let's set this aside. I use this Canon Ivy. There are other brands out there too, but they can run you anywhere from $50 to $100. And I use it for more than one hobby. So I found it to be useful. So you just turn it on. It has a cable that you can connect to your computer. So it has this little cable to charge it. It's super easy, you guys. So you turn it on and your phone automatically finds it, and then you just say print to Canon, and it prints out this little image. So you can get the image usually off of the internet. You can do like a copy paste and save the file. I don't know if you know that you can do that. But sadly, I did not do that right away, and now it's discontinued and I can't even find it. So I took a picture of the canvas, and it's not a great picture, but it's enough that I can say, oh, this is the coffee a day keeps the grumpy away. So we just take this little thumbnail, we throw it in here, and it has a little sticky back, so if you wanted to make a little journal to keep track of what you're doing, you could do that. So that's gonna end this video. If you like watching Kit Ups, please tell me in the comments. If you like this video, please like the video. If you would like to see more content, please subscribe, hit that bell, and I'll see you on the flip side.